Hi guys, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Just K Rose, and today I wanted to just talk to you guys or share a story with you guys about how I actually got into Louis Vuitton and luxury products in general. I think I've always been attracted to or had a desire for luxury goods. When I was coming up, I think probably Louis Vuitton and Gucci was very far out of reach for me as a young professional, so I pretty much stuck with brands that were like more affordable. There were outlet stores you could go to save a little money, so places like Coach were ideal for me. But one time I did make the mistake of deciding that, you know, I can't afford Louis Vuitton, and as much as I like it, I want to have something that represents or looks like it. So I had attended in my hometown what was known as a purse party, and I think pretty much what women would do is they would go to New York City and they would stock up on what were replica bags, and then come back to cities that really didn't have stores like Louis Vuitton and sell these bags at a much higher price than what they had got them for in New York City. So for me, I ended up saying, well, I'm moving to New York and I want a briefcase of some sort. Now, obviously at the time I could not afford a Louis Vuitton briefcase, so I did purchase one from this woman. And before I go any further, I just want to say that I don't condone now, being much older and wiser, the purchase of replica bags. Personally, I mean, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying I support it, really. But you know, just wanted to put that out there, that, you know, you do you, but just not for me. So anyway, so basically at that time I decided to go ahead and purchase from this woman a replica bag. And again, I wanted a messenger bag because I thought it would look professional. I kind of felt like, you know, coming from a city not as big as New York City, I just felt like that's how I always saw New Yorkers, especially New Yorkers that worked in the downtown financial district. So I went ahead and I purchased a replica version of the Louis Vuitton, I think it was called the Abacus or Abacus. It was a messenger bag style that had like a large flap. It was a larger briefcase, and it was in the monogram print, and I just thought I was doing my thing. Like, you couldn't tell me anything. Mind you, I knew it wasn't real, but I was faking it till I could make it, basically. So anyway, time goes on. You know, doing well at my job, and quite frankly, you know, I start to meet people that I thought were like, wow, like, you know, she really has it together, or wow, he really has it together, he's dressed very nice, and all these things. And for me at the time, I'm young, I want to fit in. So I ended up actually one day, and this was kind of funny because this actually knocked me down a couple of notches to reality, as far as, you know, it's one thing to want luxury items, it's another thing to go out and with the intent to purchase replica to fake out everybody else. And I got humbled real quick. So I met this woman. She was actually the HR, the VP of HR at my company, and I had never really seen her before because she worked in a different office, and then she eventually moved to the New York office. Now, this woman was really like very classy, very, I mean, when I looked at her, I was just like, man, like, that's what I want to look like when I become the VP of something. And she always had great shoes, she always had great hair, just like, oh man, this woman had it together. And one of the things I noticed about her is that she always carried very nice luxury bags. Now, one of the bags that she carried just so happened to be a Louis Vuitton Abacus. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, let me know. But so one day, it's the end of the day, I'm shutting down for the day, and I have to go into the restroom. So I shut my computer down, I gather all my belongings, and I go into the restroom, and I have, you know, my messenger bag and whatever else I'm carrying. And as I'm in there, freshening up or what have you to leave, she walks into the bathroom. Now, there's always like this weird energy when you're kind of like an employee and you're talking to someone higher up in the company, and it's like that 15-30 second window you have to kind of say something and not make yourself look stupid. And for me, I really didn't know what to say to her because I never really had a conversation. So I kind of just like jokingly said, "Oh, look at that, we have the same bag." And I'll tell you, this woman looked at me and said, "I really don't think it's the same bag." Right. So talk about embarrassing. I mean, clearly she would know if it was a real bag or not, and clearly, being the VP of HR, she must know I don't make enough money to be able to afford a real Louis Vuitton messenger bag or briefcase for that matter. So I decided at that point, trashing this bag, never carrying this bag again, and if one day I will be able to afford Louis Vuitton, and that's when I would go ahead and I would purchase a real Louis Vuitton. And that day did eventually come, and I told myself, I was just like, from here on out, you will never catch me buying a replica anything. I was caught. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys what my first Louis Vuitton purchase was many years ago. In fact, I still have the receipt here. Grab that. And many of you who have been collecting for years probably remember these, but this was the jacket that it used to come in when you would make a purchase there. And yeah, I got the receipt here. I purchased this at the Louis Vuitton store in Soho. And there's no personal information here, but this was from 2008. I made this purchase. Very cool. So always cool. I know people get all weird and outrageous when it comes to receipts out of, and here she is in all of her glory. Still looks new, and I'll tell you why it still looks new. Because I was always scared to carry it. Being someone who really didn't know much about Louis Vuitton as a product, I remember when I first went into the store and I got the bag, and I remember looking at the handles and all of the leather accents around the bag and thinking, that is not what a Louis Vuitton Speedy looks like, okay? I didn't realize that the leather comes in its raw form, and over time it would eventually get the patina that it has today. So I mean, I had a lot to learn about, you know, this brand in particular, a brand that I've grown to love, and have actually acquired a very, you know, modest collection, something I want to share with you guys. So moving forward, I plan on making videos to kind of share my collection, items that I've had for a long time. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I know that there is a huge community of Louis Vuitton lovers, luxury item lovers that share, and I'm always intrigued and always watching these videos. And even to this day, when I go and I'm trying to buy things, I'm always like, oh, let me check YouTube and see who's out there. So there are quite a few people who have inspired me or helped me make that final decision when I was kind of on the fence about what I wanted to buy. So I am looking forward to sharing with you guys. I hope you'll watch and be inspired in some way, and if not, that's fine too. I love those that love, and those that hate deserve love too. So with that, I will go ahead and end this video, but definitely please like, comment, and subscribe. And also too, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me under just_KRoseLux. And yeah, I share a lot of my items there too, so please go ahead and follow me there if you will. But thanks you guys again for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next update. Take care.